The notion that the science on climate change is a lie to manipulate Christians is a claim that has been perpetuated by some individuals and groups. This argument suggests that climate change is not a real phenomenon, but rather a fictional concept created to control and manipulate Christians. However, a closer examination of the science and the motivations behind climate change research reveals that this claim is unfounded and misguided. Firstly, the overwhelming scientific consensus supports the fact that climate change is real and primarily caused by human activities. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC), which comprises thousands of scientists from around the world, has concluded that it is extremely likely that human activities, particularly the emission of greenhouse gases from burning fossil fuels and deforestation, are the dominant cause of the observed warming since the mid-20th century. This conclusion is based on decades of research and evidence from multiple lines of evidence, including temperature records, melting of glaciers and ice sheets, and shifts in the distribution of plants and animals. The idea that scientists are manipulating data to support a climate change agenda is a conspiracy theory that has been thoroughly debunked. Climate scientists are motivated by a desire to understand the Earth's climate system and to provide accurate information to policymakers and the public. While there may be some individual scientists who have made mistakes or engaged in unethical behavior, the scientific community as a whole is committed to rigor and integrity in their research. A peer review process, which involves critical evaluation of research by other experts in the field, helps to ensure that research is of high quality and that findings are reliable. It is also worth noting that the science on climate change is not targeted specifically at Christians. Climate change is a global issue that affects people of all faiths and backgrounds. The scientific community is comprised of individuals from diverse religious and cultural backgrounds, and the research on climate change is driven by a desire to understand and mitigate the impacts of climate change on human societies and the environment. Some proponents of the climate change is a lie argument suggest that the focus on climate change is a distraction from more pressing issues such as poverty and social injustice. However, this argument is based on a false dichotomy. Addressing climate change is not mutually exclusive with addressing other social and economic issues. In fact, many of the same strategies that can help to mitigate climate change, such as transitioning to renewable energy and increasing energy efficiency, can also help to alleviate poverty and improve public health. Furthermore, many Christian denominations and organizations recognize the importance of addressing climate change and have taken steps to reduce their own carbon footprint and advocate for climate action. For example, the Pope's encyclical on climate change, Laudato Si', emphasizes the moral obligation to care for the earth and to address the impacts of climate change on vulnerable populations. The encyclical also highlights the need for a concerted global effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to support sustainable development. In conclusion, the claim that the science on climate change is a lie to manipulate Christians is unfounded and misguided. The scientific consensus on climate change is clear, and the evidence from multiple lines of research confirms that human activities are the primary cause of the observed warming. The scientific community is driven by a desire to understand and mitigate the impacts of climate change, and the focus on climate change is not a distraction from other social and economic issues. Rather, addressing climate change is a moral and ethical imperative that requires a concerted global effort and cooperation among individuals and organizations from all faiths and backgrounds.